All right, everybody. The national champions are here. North Dakota State, a couple superlatives. This is their 10th national title. All of those have been won right here in Frisco. All-time record in the FCS tournament, 52-5, and they have the most victories in tournament action at 52. What a terrific year for them. Joining us is their head coach, Tim Polasek. Also our most outstanding player, Cam Miller. Also Bryce Lance and Logan Kopp will be joining us here in a moment. So what we'll do, Coach, opening comments, then we'll have some questions once again for our student athletes. Then we'll release them to go celebrate. We'll talk to Coach for a few minutes. Coach, the floor is yours. Congratulations.
A pretty incredible journey started with a group of seniors that decided after a team meeting to get together and just, what are we going to do? And they chose to stay, and once again, there's a lot of evidence with our program. We're running the football program, but those that stay will be champions. I'm so grateful to these guys, the players, this season in particular. Coaches get a lot of credit. Our staff, our support staff did a wonderful job, but in today's day and age, it would be so easy for these guys. I'm not sure if any other program would have what we've got. I'm so honored to be the head football coach and just to be part of it. Cam Miller is the best quarterback on the football field today. There was no doubt about it. Tommy's a good football player. There's no question about that either. But all year long, these guys have answered the bell with complimentary football. And tonight was just another case of us handling adversity, handling some ups and downs, but that's what we're built for. With that, we'll open up for questions.
Absolutely. So once again, student athletes, first, name and affiliation. We've got Logan Kopp, we've got Bryce Lance, and we've got Cam Miller. So open it up. We'll start right here on the right, second row.
Yeah, Cam, Greg Rockach from Montana Sports. Wanted to ask about the 64-yard touchdown run. Was it a plan to draw play, or did you just see it open up and take off?
It was a draw play with the option to pass as well. We were blocking it as a draw, and we had quick game off of it. And, they played the perfect front and the perfect coverage to it for us. And, it just parted, and it's one of the longest runs I've had. It felt awesome.
Yeah, were you surprised at how much room you had?
Yeah, it didn't feel real, honestly. Usually when we run draws, you got to make a few guys miss, and there was nobody there. They blocked it up perfectly, and it was awesome.
Okay, we'll come over here on the left-hand side. Go ahead, second row.
Yeah, Cam. Jacob Quinn, FCS Nation Radio. I asked Gray Zabel this question at Media Day, and he said about going separate ways after this game. So how does it feel to go separate ways with the senior class as national champions?
These guys mean the world to me. They're a big part of the reason why I stayed at this program. And they believed in me when nobody else did. And when things were bad, they were the first people to pick me up. And I'm so damn honored to be a part of this program and to be one of their friends and teammates.
We will go right back here on the left-hand side, second row.
Mike McFeely from the Forum. Cam, you kind of just did, but can you put into words what this journey this year has meant, and was there some validation tonight for some other things that happened this weekend?
Today was a team effort. Guys just did their job. We executed. We had a great game plan. The coaches did a tremendous job of putting us in great situations to be successful. But I've always felt like I've been the underdog ever since I was a little kid. I was overlooked. I was overlooked out of high school, overlooked when I was young this year. And it's never been about proving people wrong. It's about proving myself right, and that I am the quarterback that people say that I am and the quarterback that I think that I am.
We'll go ahead over on the right-hand side, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff Kopak. Bryce, any similarities? You saw your brother in 2019. Any similarities of what he did to what Cam did today?
Man, I think Cam is one of one for sure. I mean, there's not obviously, he didn't win that award that our whole team knows he should have, and I think he showed that today. But I really don't think you can really compare the two because it's different journeys. But Cam is that guy.
Okay, we'll come over here on the left. Go ahead.
Coulter Nuanez, Skyline Sports. Bryce, can you talk about the long third down where you got all the way down by the goal line and just how big that play was? I think they'd cut it to 3, and you guys got the momentum back and then scored to go back up double digits.
Yeah, I had dropped one earlier, so I just knew I had to go make a play. And for Cam to trust me with that throw meant a lot. So I just knew ball was in the air, I had to go get it.
We'll go back row, right-hand side.
Blake Ingebretson, Bison Report. Bryce, you finished top 3 in single-season NDSU history in receptions and receiving yards. Can you just go through the season that you had and then, along with that, the trust you had and the guy sitting right to your left?
Yeah, I think a lot of times Coach Polasek, will emphasize that's a player's operation, it's a player's program, but it really does start at the top with him and, all our coordinators and coaches as well. But just the faith they had in me, the belief they had in me, starting from spring ball. I mean, a couple days after spring ball practice, they were coming up to me. Coach Polasek came up to me and said I was going to be all conference this year. So that meant the world to me, and honestly, just kept me going.
We'll go over on the right-hand side. We got time for a couple more. Go ahead.
Victor Flores, 406 MT Sports. Logan, why did you think you guys' defense had so much success in the first half?
Yeah, before I answer that, I must say that the reason I'm sitting in this chair right now is because of the God that I serve in His grace, and His Son Jesus, who died for me, who saved a wretched sinner like me. I'm nothing without Jesus, and He saved me, not because of what I did, but what He did 2,000 years ago on a Roman cross. And that's why I'm sitting up here, and that's a greater joy in my life than any accolade that we'll ever get. But, yeah, we dove into the game plan early on, right when we got back from Christmas break. And Coach Olson and the coaches did a great job of coming up with a scheme that's able to attack and defend all of the essentially a triple option offense that they have, whether they hand it to one of their 1,000-yard rushers, whether Tommy keeps it to run or he keeps it to throw to his talented receivers. Just trusting the guys around me. Doing my 1/11th if I'm responsible for the quarterback dive or if I'm responsible for being coverage, trusting that if I do my job that the other 10 guys are going to do their job. And we were just playing that way with great communication, great fundamentals, trusting our teammates in that first half, able to get them out of rhythm and make them kind of one-dimensional in the first half. That's what led to a lot of success.
Okay, we have time for one more. Go ahead.
Logan, what does it mean for this program to get back on top? I know you guys didn't go very far away, but you've been a couple of years, and so what does it mean to get back on top and be the champions?
Yeah, it means a lot. Obviously, the standard here has been the same for 15 years now, and it's a national championship. It's to get up on that stage in Frisco. In the past 2 years, we have fallen short, and, man, we've worked our butts off 365 days, 24 hours a day. To get back up here, the adversity we faced, the extra hours we've put in on the field after practice, up in the offices, in the film room, man, it really does pay off. And we owe it to the coaches for their just hours that they've put in, sacrificing time with their wives, with their families, to work on game planning. Man, we owe it to them and to the older guys leading us, like this guy right here. It's unbelievable, and the group of guys in this locker room, the relationship that we've formed is second to none, and I love these guys so much.
We're going to go ahead and release our student athletes. Gentlemen, congratulations on another national championship. Go celebrate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's open it up for questions, and we'll start off right here on the left-hand side. Go ahead.
Tim Coulter Nuanez, Skyline Sports. I know you talked about wanting these guys to relish in every moment, not think ahead all year long. So to get this one done and get back on top, what were the keys to it, and how does it feel?
Well, I think them embracing the message about me sharing past experiences that I learned here from Coach Bowl and Chris Kleiman specifically, and then all those senior leaders. Like it just the way we've gotten this done is just remaining humble and hungry. And you have to put that chip back on your shoulder. Any team in the past that has done stuff, really is not relevant to how ours season's going to go. And I think them embracing that, really diving into the nuance of 3 core values and getting to work in the weight room, but. I'm just going to keep repeating myself. This all started with a group of seniors that decided to stay. We're doing some wonderful things to try to get as many kids as much as possible, but they made a collective effort to say we need to stay here. And again, it's just evidence that at North Dakota State, those who stay will be champions.
Right-hand side.
Yeah, Coach Greg Rockach, MTN Sports. You guys made a lot of third down conversions tonight, but the biggest one probably with less than 4 minutes left, which allowed you to go back ahead by 10 points. So just talk about that moment in the game and that one play.
Yeah, I'm trying to find something to talk about here. If you look at the stats, this thing is just even Steven except for the penalty yard. So we overcame some things. It just some unbelievable individual efforts. I'm thinking about Raja. No one's going to talk about Raja's catch on third down. Unbelievable, play, but what a clean, well-played football game. Your hat's got to go off to Montana State and the way they played. I don't know exactly right now what the difference was except for for Bison Pride.
We'll go ahead right here in the second row, left-hand side.
Tom Stuber with Skyline Sports. Coach, can you just talk about, the start of the second half when Montana State made a run at you guys, and then I think they had one opportunity there late in the game and they had the ball with a chance to take the lead, and what you guys did to stop them.
Yeah, we came out, we were productive in a drive, but we didn't score, and then they just hit us with their best stuff. Some really good triple option stuff, some really tough play action stuff off of their best runs. I thought they did a nice job of setting some things up. It's a really well-coached outfit with weapons, tight ends, receivers, running backs, and then the quarterback kid's just really good. I thought they started the third period there better than we did, obviously. I think that we finished the second half or the first half much better, and that was a big deal. Getting those points on the board before half was the difference, I guess you could say that.
Right-hand side, Jeff.
Yeah, Tim, did you just say put the ball in number 7's hands and go do it?
Yeah, even late there, we want to be tailback oriented and not just about one guy and share the ball, but I really felt good about his ball security, and I really felt good. Even there late, we didn't get a first down, but I thought we would get a +1 opportunity, and he was so solid tonight. I mean, if you look at the passing yards, 19 of 22, well over 300 total yards. There's no reason not to put it in his hands.
And you did go for it with 4th and really short. What went into that decision? You're up 3.
Yeah, we were up. Well, just that. I kind of felt like, it's hard to get up here after you win a national title and then complain about things that you want to be better. But we gave up too many big plays. But overall, if you look at their tailback run game, we were doing a really good job at controlling that. I thought they were having to go the long, hard way for the most part. I still liked, when I look up at the clock, Jeff, I think you're talking about the 9-minute mark. And actually what I was thinking is if we punt and they happen to score, perfect. Let's put it in Cam's hands, he'll win with the ball in our hands last. That thought crossed my mind.
We'll keep it on the right-hand side, Coach, front row.
Coach Victor Flores, 406 MT Sports. That first half being 21-3, did you feel like you guys were playing looser? Was there anything intangible like that gave you guys that big of an advantage early?
I thought there's some people in here that were in our pregame. I thought our pregame was good today. I thought the message was well received. And I went in there, before the game in the locker room and just, reminded them how well prepared they were, how tested they were, how battle tested they were. And I think that led to just some guys playing really free. In a national championship type game, you're not going to just throttle somebody. We knew they would come back. They came back against New Mexico, and I think one of their first 2 games or whatever it was. They've got a heart of a champion as well, and we were just a little better.
Go ahead, Tom.
Tim Damas, OWDAY. You told me Bryce Lance was going to be the guy this year. Why? What was the confidence? What did you see when you got to Fargo to say that this guy could be a difference maker for us?
Yeah, I didn't tell you guys in spring, but
We got time for one more.
Bryce alluded to it. I think I grabbed him on practice 3 and I said, you've got all league type skills here. Like, I mean, let's start, getting north and south a little faster after the catch. Let's start playing this game with some confidence. And for some young people, it's just a matter of somebody believing in them. I just, flashed to Coach Bull and believing in me. But he's long, big, fast. He catches it. That's about it. I mean, I'm not some genius. He kind of stood out. I believed in Raj and Braylon right away because of their leadership ability. Didn't know much about Mackay and Chris and Terhart. And Bryce was in that group. And I just thought he was in the mix to be one of the top 2 or 3 guys. And then shortly thereafter, I grabbed Cam actually too. And I wonder if Cam would share this with you guys. But I said, Cam, you need to start thinking about number 5 in a hurry here because I believe in him. And he's capitalized on all his opportunities. It's really cool to see when young guys and he's not even scratching the surface of his potential, but I think he maximized this year.
Okay, we got time for 2 more. We're going to go right up here up front, and then we'll go back here to finish up.
Parker Cotton with the Bozeman Daily Chronicle. Coach, what do you make of your offensive line's performance against Montana State's defensive line and how that allows you, the success on the ground that you have and, Cam Miller to go 19 of 22?
Yeah, I thought early on they did it. Montana State did a good job on early down and distance. We were getting 3 when we need 5. We were getting 4 when we need 6. Early on it was pretty good. Then all of a sudden I thought we were starting to – I don't want to say we were running away from number 26, but he plays his role so well that some of the nub side, the short side runs, he was tackling it. Our offensive line, has been really good in pass protection all year. We've been challenged, our conference, Missouri Valley Football Conference. You have to be consistent. You get challenged week in and week out. I thought our guys played well tonight. I really did.
And we'll finish up right over here on the left.
Are you in any way surprised by this season? I know that you're the coach of North Dakota State and the standards to win a national championship, but the season started with some questions at some positions, and it's your first year, and there's some injuries and all kinds of, just things happening. Is there any surprise, or is this just what NDSU does?
No, I think it's a combination of both. It's a little bit of what NDSU does, but then you hit a roadblock. Some players aren't recovering from injury. Brozio's out. Dylan Hendricks goes down. Sam Young's having his best season. He goes down. You start to, okay, these pieces are going to have to come along. And then, I just would go to the assistant coaches and our leadership to continue to stay gritty, improvement-oriented. I'm not surprised, and that's probably why I comment on things throughout the year so much. The standard's the standard, and the expectation's the expectation, and we just did a great job of pushing through it. And then with Cam's continued improvement, I thought we had a shot. I really did. He was playing at a really high clip. I knew we could win a shootout, and I knew we could win an ugly game, and those things are really important, and we learned that in this journey along the way.
Outstanding, Coach. Thank you so much for the time this week, and congratulations on another national championship.
Yeah, thank you to the local media again. It's been a fun year, and I appreciate the way you guys cover us. I really do. Thank you.